right, everybody. Welcome back to MAPOP Sports. This is Grandy. This first time here, welcome. Appreciate you guys checking out the channel, checking out this video. If you guys are returning, welcome back. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. Happy Fun Day Monday, guys. That's what I call it. That's what I tell my kids. It's kind of tough waking them up in the mornings for the typical Monday morning drop off at the school and just waking them. It's a pain in the ass. Try waking up 4 girls that are freaking 11 and under to get them ready for school every Monday. You can just imagine how much coffee I need and just the headaches I got to go through. So it is what it is, man. Other than that, I'm just kind of getting into the daily workflow for the week. I'm getting some stuff ready to get submitted for PSA, and just kind of give everybody an update. SGC, I have a submission to them, and they are lagging. They are exactly at about 10 days on my 10 business days, so technically 2 weeks on my recent sub to them. So they are slow. They're backing up. It's backed up. They're not what they normally used to be. My eyes, it's pointless to even use them. If I'm not going to get my cards, in fashion of the same as PSA, it's pointless. I use SGC primarily, for PCs here and there on whatever specific cards, that looks nice in the black, tuxedo, I guess you can say, or if just for speed wise, and if their speed is exactly the same or about the same as PSA, pointless. PSA holds a higher value, so I'm just gonna currently use PSA. I'll let you guys know what PSA I'm supposed to get, like several bulk submissions back this week, so we'll see where I'm at on that, and we'll see the exact turnaround on that, and if it's comparable to SGC or faster or about the same. So just let you guys know on that. If you guys are looking to sub, so I had some people reaching out to me, just asking about submissions on that, so to let you guys know. But today, I was just thinking, what are some things that I've learned, since doing this full time, at least for 2024. It's January, 4 months into it now. What I feel have been some good, I guess you can say, lessons that, at least for me, that I think is beneficial for myself, and what I think is actually, important to be somewhat successful in here. So, number one, there's so much influx in the hobby and the industry in itself. A lot of people are asking me, what are my thoughts on Kurt's Card Care? What are my thoughts on cleaning these cards? What are my thoughts of these fake Victor Wembanyama's? What are my thoughts on PSA buying SGC? So this is the thing. If you guys don't know, it's just like any other industry, any other business. There's always influx. There's always change. There's always things that are moving left and right. I don't care what industry you are, whether it's in the food industry, whether it's supply chain industry, whether it's transportation industry. Doesn't matter what industry you're in. There's always going to be change. There's always going to be drama, I guess you can say. There's always going to be issues. There's also going to be solutions. There's going to be new guys. There's going to be old guys. There's going to be all kinds of stuff in any industry. That's just business. It's called business, okay? But my biggest advice, I think, you can take is focus on yourself and worry about yourself. All those things you can have opinions on, you can have thoughts on. It doesn't matter. Everybody has their own, but focus on what you can control. So my thoughts are, the biggest thing is I can only focus on what I can control. And there's several things that I can control. My inventory, how much do I get to list on a daily basis? How many things, my sourcing, all that stuff. I can control all that stuff. The pricing, the quality of my inventory, my cards and everything like that. Where do I sell? Whether it's on eBay, whatnot, or card shows. Those are the things that I can control. Everything else is just fluff and clouds around. You can jump into that drama and you can worry about all that stuff, but then it takes away from your time to focus on what you can control. So me as a small business owner and somebody who's really trying to make this a viable option as a living, and it's difficult, trust me. It's not as easy as people think that can you make this as a living, selling sports cards? It's not as easy as people think. But as I was saying, focus on what you can control and really focus on that. Everything else, have thoughts, have opinions on when you have your spare time, that's fine. But in reality, if you put all your energy more into what you can control, and like I just said, that's your own business. So focus on that, and that's what I'm doing on a daily basis, is focus on as much as everything that I can control. My business, my inventory, my pricing, everything else, whatever people say, whatever people do, or whatever other companies say or do, whatever happens, it's going to happen no matter what you decide you want to think, or what your thoughts are on that. So you have no control over that, but you can control what you can do on your business and how you adjust to that. So that's how I take everything in, see how you can adjust to what the changes that are happening, and then just focus on what you can do and what you can control. So that's definitely the biggest lesson I've learned in 2024, at least doing this in this hobby, is that just focus on what I can control, what I can do, and just worry about that stuff. That's what I worry about on a daily basis. Another thing that I think is I have to adjust, be adaptable. I say this, I think, several times now in several videos, that I had to be able to adapt and adjust as the market is changing. If you're just jumping to sports cards, or you've been doing this for many years, you guys know how demand, how supply, how all of that all changes, right? So you have to be able to adapt to what people are looking for, whether it's specific in genre of sports cards, or whatever the case may be. So in my eyes, I'm adjusting. I'm slowly going into the mid-tier of sports card now. When I say mid-tiers, cards, raw cards that are $20 to $100. That's considered mid-tier, for at least for my eyes, to me. I'm looking more towards that a little bit more. The reason being is I need to have that ability to have a little bit of a higher ground when I grade specific cards, have a higher profit level if I can on certain cards. I'm not saying I'm going directly all that only, because it just means more revenue, more higher capital that I had to put into, but it's expanding my inventory to have that instead of just super low end stuff or just low end stuff. So I'm understanding I have to grow that side of the business. I can't go quite super high end quite yet. As I mentioned previously, it's just not feasible revenue wise or capital wise, honestly. But hopefully one day I can get to that point. But right now, I understood probably in 2024, probably like last month or last couple of months, that I have to expand my inventory out a little bit more, definitely into the mid-range. And then the other thing was I had to adapt and grow my baseball inventory. I felt like, just doing football and basketball, it was great and dandy. You can focus on that, but I think I had to grow, and branch out more in my baseball slowly into, my UFC stuff or car racing stuff, all that other stuff I'm going to slowly branch out into. But it's just I think the biggest thing was definitely in 2024 that I've learned is that I had to adapt and you have to change. And this is the thing, like when you're selling sports cards or you own your own business, you have to keep on changing. You have to keep on coming up with new ideas, how to generate revenue and streams of how to bring that in. So that's definitely a big thing that I learned in 2024, besides focusing on what I can control. And then a third thing, I guess you can say, or even a final thing I just wanted to kind of discuss, was that there is no way you can do sports cards for a living at the very beginning of it. Maybe if you build enough inventory, whatever, or listings and all that stuff, then you can do that for a living. But the biggest thing is without I guess you can say support and a second stream of income, or at least a huge amount of capital saved up. When you're starting this at the very beginning, you need a lot of capital saved up for low sales months, weeks, whatever the case may be. And you need to have either the second stream of income coming in to help support you, or other investments of income coming in to help support you while you're trying to build this up. A lot of people think that, okay, I'm just going to quit and do this full time and instantly sell and instantly make enough to live off of. I'll be the first to tell you, at least in my eyes, in my experience, this is my experience, guys. So take it, like I said, I always tell you guys, take it for what it's worth, because this is my experience. There's no way in hell, at least for me personally, that I can live off of just sports card at the very beginning of building this business. So I started this, it's almost coming up on a year, and I'll do a video on this, but it's coming up on that. And I'll tell you, towards the end of 2023 last year, if I were to just do only sports cards, because I just started on that, towards the end, doing it full time, would I be able to just live off of that without having other streams of income, or without having a second income of a significant other or wife? There is no way I can do it while raising a family of 4 daughters and my wife. If let's just say my wife didn't work and that's all I had, and this is the only income I had, there is no way in hell, no way, guys, that you can do sports card. Even if I went super high end, it would be very, very risky, it'd be very difficult to do it, guys. I'm gonna be upfront with you. So the people who are showing, this is the thing, people who show you guys that you can do it, full-time flipping, all that stuff, they probably don't have 4 kids. They probably don't have a wife if she wasn't working. I'm just saying, they probably don't have a mortgage, or they don't have car payments. Insurance is a big thing, especially when you have family. All those things comes into play, and you really have to understand that. I try to tell people, can you do this for a living? You can, but boy, you're gonna need some help on the way. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, and if you don't have help on the way, you better have a good amount of income saved up. You better have a lot of income, capital that's already been saved up. So that's the biggest thing I've learned. Right now, coming up on a year, am I able to do this as a full-time living? If it was the only income in my household, it'd be very difficult. I'd have to live. The biggest thing would be I'd have to have all my house paid off. I'd have to have all my cars paid off. I'd have to have insurance taken care of somehow or another, because with all these kids, it'll be very penny pinching. It'd be very difficult. I'll be upfront with you guys 1,000% on that. So people would just say, how are you able to do this and all that stuff? Like I just said, you got to have other streams of income of investments and stuff. So I do have that. I have some some real estate stuff that I have invested in that brings a little bit of income. I have my wife who works full time also on top of that. So to be able to supplement at least the insurance side. So the biggest thing is that, my wife works full time is just because of that insurance. If you guys don't realize, go look at how much insurance costs. It's incredibly expensive, on top of if you have little kids, trust me. And then, so you have to have that to help support the business side so you can build it up. Now, I'll talk to you guys in about a year or 2 years, and we'll see if I'm still doing this, if I still have this channel, if I'm still posting content. But yeah, you got to have help on the way. There is no way in hell you can do it. And if you can, you let me know. If you can, if anybody has a family of 6 and they're doing nothing but just sports cards only, and you can make it successful, shit, let me know, because boy, I want to pick your brain if you can do that, because I would love to know. But as I said, me personally, I'm doing this full time, and it's a roller coaster, there's ups and downs, but without support, without help, or without capital that you've saved up from previous investment jobs, whatever the case may be, I can't see this being a viable option if this is the only stream of income, guys. So there you guys go. Hopefully that helps a little bit if you guys are just wondering, like, is this super feasible? It is. If you're a single person with no family, no kids, if you have no bills or anything like that, 100% you can do this for a living. I really believe that. However, I'm not in that boat. And like I just said, everything is all relative to your situation. That's the biggest thing. So those are my biggest things in 2024 that I've learned, at least a quarter through the year now, 4 months into it now. Definitely focus on what you can only control. That's my highest advice to anybody. Focus on what you can handle on a daily basis, what you can control. Everything else is just fluff and noise. And then I would definitely say, and number 2 was, just adapt, be able to adapt. Like myself, I'm slowly adapting, buying higher, I wouldn't say high, but more of the mid-tier stuff, and just adapting to what the demand is, what people are looking for to purchase more of, and make sure that your business is able to, there's a cool thing, like I said, of starting your own business, having a small business, is that you can adapt anytime you want, on any day. There's no questions asked. You're the boss. Go ahead and be able to able to adapt and change as the industry and as the hobby changes. And then the third biggest thing is that you find support. Can you make this as a living? What I've learned is that you can. If you don't have any bills, if you don't have a huge family to take care of, that's a possibility. You can make it. You can definitely make this successful. But if you have all that stuff, if you have a mortgage to pay, if you have insurance, if you have family, everything to take care of, to jump into this without support or without a huge amount of capital saved up, I can't see it being feasible. So make sure if you're looking to do this, you got to have those ducks lined up to make sure you have protection and backup and support, because without it, there is no way you can do this. And if you can, let me know. Reach out to me. Let me know how you're doing it. Because boy, I would love to pick your brain a little bit more on that. So there you guys go. I know just kind of a little bit of a business aspect jumping into it, but you know what? This is the business, guys. So and I'm letting you guys know from my experience what I'm learning, especially through 4 months of 2024. So that's where we're at right now. Other than that, man, if you guys like this stuff, feel free to subscribe. Appreciate you guys checking out the video. If you have not subscribed, all good. If you guys watched this far, I definitely appreciate that. Every little bit helps. Check out the eBay store. eBay store is in the link in the description below. Feel free to make an offer on anything. I'm going to be listing more and more cards this week. Hopefully some more slabs coming in by the end of this week on that too. So other than that, man, have a great rest of the week. I appreciate you guys. Till next time, have a good one.